Well, I think it's an interesting opportunity for young people to actually have a say in how they're going to vote for the rest of their adult lives. So most of us have only voted in 1 or 2 elections so far, and we have a lot ahead of us. So this is our chance to sort of shape the way that's going to look. So I think it's a really important vote. Whether or not we're electing people in local ridings versus bigger ridings, we could change things like online voting. We could talk about mandatory voting. So there's lots of things that could change. So I think it's an important conversation to start having.
I'm here to show support for the electoral reform process.
This last federal and provincial elections is my first time voting.
This is going to be a plebiscite that has long-standing implications for the future.
The electoral system that we have now with first past the post is kind of outdated, and it no longer really fits the kind of political landscape that we're working with right now.
There's a lot of third and fourth parties that are emerging, and people who vote for those parties are sort of feeling a little bit frustrated and having to vote strategically, as a lot of people feel. So I think, as much as we can do to relieve that stress and have people feel, proud of their democracy, I think it's the best thing we can do.
It's probably going to matter that I'm able to more judiciously vote for who I would support. Based on platform rather than their odds of winning.
I'm somebody who likes to have a say in how my city and my province makes decisions, and I feel like voting is one part of doing that.
I got involved in politics because I have kids, and when you have kids, you have your perspective on things changes. I think we need long-term thinking. I think for too long we've governed without a sort of conscience to what the effects of the decisions we make today will be in a generation or 2 or 7 generations.
Better accountability, so there won't be such strong majorities calling the shots and pushing legislation through. They'll actually have to answer to a coalition that could outvote them and really make them accountable for the change they want to make.
First, in my opinion, you have to kind of address a problem. The people that we're electing don't look like us necessarily. So if we're looking at even just electing more women into the legislature, there's been certain electoral systems that favor opening or creating space for more women to be elected.
I think having more diversity is valuable. It's not always shown in the system that we have now, so I would like to see more people's viewpoints represented.
And then what's really interesting about certain electoral systems is that just the nature of it being changed could also change someone's vote pretty significantly. We can kind of affect more change that we have more power per vote. In other systems would probably motivate people to vote differently.
With electronic voting, we have no excuse not to get out and vote, and no excuse to not delve into the different options that are there. You can vote on your computer at 2 a.m. in your underwear, online, in person, by phone, mail-in ballots. If you can think of it pretty well, you can vote that way.
Identifying that there's an issue with the political system that we have now and kind of creating that desire for change.
So I think that's an exciting opportunity to sort of revitalize the way we look at politics and the way that we interact with our politicians, and I think there's a lot of cool opportunity around electoral reform.